continuing the rundown of the gear that I play, the gear that I have, working on the guitars now. This is kind of the #1 guitar that I reach for when I'm just playing, hanging out. This is fairly new to me. I've had the body for a few years, and I just put this neck on it. This is a Fender made in Mexico baritone neck. When I bought the guitar originally, I had a baritone, an Eastwood baritone, but I ended up selling that and found that I really wanted to have a baritone, B2B tuned guitar. So bought this neck, swapped the neck that was on it out, and this is a 27-inch scale length neck made by Fender, and did a passable job setting it up. The nut was a little challenging to cut for me. I'm not a super expert on such things, but I think it did a good job. Action might be a little high, but I sort of like it that way with the heavier gauge baritone string set from Stringjoy, by the way. I like a little bit more rum, and I like to fight me a little bit. Okay, so the actual guitar itself, again, Warmoth body. It's got this really cool sunset orange finish on it. That's sort of a matte finish with cream binding that goes really well with the pickups. The route is a universal route, so you can put any kind of pickups that you want into it. The original setup I had was a standard Strat 3 pickup 5-way switch, just a standard pick guard setup. And then I changed it to a single neck pickup, and then finally I've kind of settled on these. These are Gibson P90s, and have it wired just a standard volume, standard tone. I do have this cool chicken head tone knob. I tend to just set the tone where I want it and then leave it. It's really easy to visually look at it and see where it's at. 3-way switch, and this volume tone is a little bit back and a little bit inboard from a standard Strat, and it's really easy to get to from your with your pinky. Maybe a little too easy. I tend to accidentally knock it quite a bit and change my volume inadvertently and unintentionally, but it's just something to get used to. The trem system is a standard Fender trem system, slightly floated, so you can get those nice ambient sounds out of it. Tuning pegs are Fender locking tuners. I really like the locking tuners. I have them on a couple of my guitars. They just make tuning stability so much better, and also makes it a little bit easier to change strings. You don't have to do quite as many winds around the pegs, these types of things. Thin line, it's hard to say how much that affects the tone, but it does have a fairly good good sort of acoustic tone. Sometimes I just sit there and play it without an amp. That's the baritone that I have. Because of the color and the cream binding, and the sort of cream looking with orange stuff, nickname for this guy is the Creamsicle. And it's also pretty creamy sounding through an amp, so really fat, great sounding guitar. So that's the #1.